Absolutely, everyone can go up close and personal and watch those little chicks hatch from their eggs. You can go see the cows, you can meet the new little piglets when they're born, but the Michigan State Fair, it is really about the circle of life, because not only can you do all that and see all the livestock, but you can also learn how to cook that livestock. And here in Michiganders, we are barbecuers. In fact, my photographer Mike, he just barbecued last weekend. What did you eat this weekend? Shoulder. All right, that's his Labor Day treat. And I am with a barbecue boot camp expert. Tell me your name.
Stacy Zelli.
Stacy Zelli. How would you go about picking the right shoulder and cooking it properly?
Well, whenever you're trying to figure out what to cook, you got to realize two rules. Number one, the limbs are always going to be less tender, so that means those are going to need a little bit more help. And the animal's fattened from front to rear. So stuff on the front, that front shoulder, it's a little tougher, but it's got a little more fat to it, and that's why it's really good for a low and slow cooking method like smoking, which I believe is what Mike said he was doing later on this weekend. So that helps us understand the two basics. So we've got two cuts here to show.
Because for most of us, you go to the grocery store to pick your meat. So when you're at the grocery store, what are we looking for to have the best cut of meat?
Well, this shows you, so this is a beef round steak, and so again, this one's going to be a little less tender. Notice it doesn't have very much fat to it, so for people that like that, that's great, but it's
going to be less juicy, right?
Exactly. It's going to be less juicy, and it's going to be, like I said, a lot less tender. So generally you need to use something like some kind of marinade to help it out a little bit. Give it some juices, give it some tenderization or something like that. So like I said, this is a very nice steak, but this one's going to be a little bit better. This comes out of the middle. This is actually the beef sirloin. Notice the marbling that we have here. That's going to end up giving you a lot more flavor, a lot more juices, and it's going to be more tender as well. And it comes from that middle part.
Okay, and I see you've got some salt and some temperature sticks.
I do.
Is this rub more for the fattier meats?
The rub actually is for almost anything. And the four basic things that we have in here is salt, pepper, onion, and garlic. And that's really the four things you need at any base rub. After that, if you want to make it a little more Mexican, add some cumin to it. Or if you want to make it a little more Italian, add some oregano or basil or something like that.
Okay, we're going to pause you there because guess what? This woman is doing a barbecue boot camp here today. She's going to put you through the ringer, tell you everything you need to know. So no matter what part of the animal you are cooking up on the grill, she will help you make it sing, melt in your mouth, and make all your neighbors jealous. That's right here at the Michigan State Fair. What time is that boot camp?
We've got one today at 5 and at 6. We have two demos today.
Okay, that's in the evening, and the doors for the Michigan State Fair does open at 10 a.m. So you can kind of wander around, get a look up close and personal at many of the vendors here, and then of course learn some incredible tips at the boot camp, barbecue boot camp. So thank you so much. I'm going to toss it back to you. I still have a little more learning to do and a few more t-shirts to find.